Hello everybody, welcome to VRML. This is preseason, week 6, the final day before we have, well, the finals of the preseason. Joining you on the cast today, I'm Palidore, joined here by SirDimwi. And hello, tell us about this match as we are ready to get started.
What is going on? Yeah, there should be an exciting one here between Toxic Units in orange and Calamity in blue. Toxic Units coming in with an MMR of 1200, a record of 6-7, coming in off a loss versus Backlash on Thursday. You know, they definitely want to get a win here to bring the record up to that 500, that 50% of 7-7. But then Calamity on blue coming in MMR of 1230, record of 5-2. Coming off the win against Smash Dash on Friday. So, you know, they're definitely going to want to be protecting that nice win record of 5-2 and maybe push their MMR up a little bit more as we go into this this final week. Yeah, already starting here, so excited to get going.
Yeah, here we go then. Joust underway, taken first here. Bad internet, an immediate save, but the putback just the same.
Yeah, what a big save there by, I believe that was Troy VR. Looked like he might have even gotten stunned out at the same time, but still makes that big save. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get the disc out after making the save, so they were able to, Bad Internet was able to come back in and stuff it back in for that too. Good goal.
Yeah, the immediate momentum stoppage on that disc, it just stopped right in its tracks, but then again, just as well on the save, and that was a good way to start it off. Can't even be surprised anymore seeing these players just goal stopping like no one else all over the European scene. Denials here taking that one, finding Ambient over on the bottom of the floor. He'll work that up here for the first opportunity now for Calamity, and they will find that goal just the same.
Yeah, great shot there by Infiltrate. Comes in one-on-one on the goalie. Comes in kind of feigns to the left, but then hooks that shot far to the right side there. Maybe pulling the goalie out, a little bit out of position. Maybe looking goalie moving to his right. Not able to make that save on the left. So great shot there by Ambient. Great shot.
Absolutely. Over here, Lowrider taking that one. Looking for a pass to Sir Dominic. And just ducking on through a plethora of defenders and just loses them. But now back pass going off as some clusters try and disperse a bit to offer them some passing lanes. The fast passes.
Bounce.
Yeah, luckily for Lowrider bouncing right to him. And now maybe trying to reset here, find some patience. But over on the other end, you can see a little bit of contesting on the man-on-man, kind of not really pressing hard in the mid lane, but just guarding the outside of the bubble as they come in here. And oh, just a ding, rebounded Denials, and he'll be stunned out, so right back it goes to Sir Dominic. And up top, a stun goalie might result. Nope, in a stun offender, and then finally a grab by Bad Internet, and then they put it away.
Yeah, goalie was may have still been stunned as that shot came in. It looked like he wasn't quite moving just yet as it came in and got into that hit that goal plane. Looked like he started moving just after it got by him. So good stun there by Toxic Units to allow themselves to get that goal there to bring it within 2 with 7.5 left.
Yep, back-to-back goal for goal. It goes for both these teams. See if we see the same thing here on the other end. We just might. Denials will use his might to work that in and finding the close-range goal for the tie.
Well, the goalie might not have been prepared for that as Denials came in. Didn't even turn around, just grabbed that disc, popped it right off the backboard there. Maybe caught that goalie by surprise. Goalie tried to make that save, but doesn't quite connect on it. Great shot there.
And maybe just thinking that it'd cause a turnover. It wasn't the case, though. However, Ambient will cause a turnover here and get the disc back, at least momentarily now. He's going to be contested heavily, same with Denials. Again, that tunnel pileup happening, and now the disperse. So defense retreating here. Just trying to find some avenues, some open angles. He has one down low, 2 Denials, as well as Infiltrate, just going island to island at the moment, anchor to anchor, and a little bit more outside pressure from the defense here on Toxic.
And what patience here by Calamity as they make that cut pass to Infiltrate in the that high percentage scoring area. It brings it in one-on-one with the goalie. But just showing off that patience of Calamity here is intelligent soft passes to each other, not taking any big risks there, holding it as long as they need to draw that defense out, which they did spectacularly well to go up by 2 here.
And Toxic Units there on defense were playing a little bit further up than we saw Calamity on that last play. granted, we do have ourselves another turnover from Calamity, so looking to maybe increase the lead here. It's 6-4, but back-to-back turnovers on these jousts for Toxic Units will pave the way for some more offense.
And still, we see that patient formation passing here from Calamity, just trying to draw that defense out. They're drawing a couple guys out here and there, but then a bad pass, able to be slapped in by bad internet all the way down in the blue bubble. We are going to see a race for it, and Calamity does get there first and able to dump that one back into the orange end.
And it will roll into the 2-point zone. There's a couple defenders there, but actually just a Sails running out. Denials will get stunned out. Good one by Bad Internet, so Lowrider does find a clear. The immediate preparation on the stack. One of them do hit an island, however. The other one just a little bit off on the redirection, so it'll go back into the direction of the scoring zone here. The orange side, Denials taking that one this time and not punch this time. But SirDimwi will get a turnover off of that good cutoff on the passing lane.
And we are seeing some really great control. I mean, a little bit of a couple missed passes, maybe under duress, under some pressure here, but Calamity in great control, already picking up almost a minute in possession time, only halfway through this first game. Really, really great look here by Calamity.
Now looking for this disc, SirDimwi getting there first, but Ambient still taking it right back after some more stuns yet. Infiltrate playing the goal for the back pass, uncontested there. But again, some immediate stacking coming in from Toxic. Might buy them this disc, but just the same, it's another backboard shot, and Infiltrate will take that for the 8 on the scoreboard for them.
Yeah, Calamity not hesitating when they pick that disc up in the orange bubble, not even turning around, not even looking to see what's going on, just throwing it off that backboard, and it seems to be to great effect here as they keep going in. It's a great shot there.
And now a clear and one of those attempted passes in the stack, just trying to accommodate for it. But instead, another turnover, and that's going to be an open goal for Ambient, and you know he's capable of nailing those ones.
Yeah, great shot there by Ambient. He saw the open goal. Looked like Bad Internet saw that the lane was open, tried to get it covered, but just wasn't able to get back there quick enough as Ambient did, showed no hesitation, full confidence, just pops that one in for 3. Good shot.
Taco on Thursday now taking this one. And again, they've not been having some great offensive jousts right now, a few turnovers in a row. This one, they finally do get into this side of the floor here. A stray pass, Bad Internet trying to recollect it. A pile up about to form, perhaps over in the pocket. Actually, no, you can see they didn't even really go for the punches. They all just went for their stacks despite being within a few, feet of each other. And right now, will be taken here by a Lowrider, backs it out. And you can see again, Calamity actually playing a little bit deeper on the defensive end now in the mid lane, but still causing a turnover. Infiltrate looking for a successful clear.
Yeah, good grab there by Infiltrate to be totally aware of what was going on around him. As now Denials comes in and puts that one in for 2 with the Toxic Units back chain coming in quick, coming in hard, but not able to get there fast enough and efficiently enough to make that stop. It's a good attempt there by Toxic Units to get back to the goal. But Calamity just a little bit quicker, able to put that one in for a good 2.
Yeah, and it was Denials there with the Sky Miles getting end-to-end in very quick succession. And now maybe another successful play on defense. Denials taking that away, Ambient as well, passing it off to him, but still gets stunned. So an immediate stack here from Toxic. They've been pretty fast, just the same, but it seems like a few overshoots at times have cost them. But they are getting the stacks actually quite quick, as you can see here on the midfield as well. Dish out, and maybe an exposed goal. Couldn't capitalize. That could have been a really good, opportune shot for them, but unable to. And now on the other end, actually, as it sails back into the midfield, it'll be back to the hands of Calamity.
Yeah, Toxic Units definitely picking up the pace here. Definitely grabbing a few more chances in the late part of this, the late half of this round here. And now we're seeing them move in again here. Hopefully they can maintain control. Unfortunately, slapped out by looked like, I believe that was Denials, picked up now by SirDimwi. Gets a pass off to Bad Internet. Bad Internet going to that far wall, trying to connect with his teammates. He does to SirDimwi. SirDimwi trying to get the back pass, does connect with Taco on Thursday.
That was some nice passing play there through tight play defense. Looks like they'll still retain it. No, just sails past their hands, but right back now to Lowrider. He'll go for a nice pass over in the back. some ducks, ups and unders, and that will be under the goalkeeper for the 2 points. SirDimwi paving the way on that one, and 6 points now with about a minute left, though, so no time to come back most likely, but still staying contested in this first.
Some great moves there by Sir Dominic. He gets away, he gets by the one defender, then grabs onto that backboard and is able to anchor shot that one in from behind. You know, those anchor shots are hard to deal with enough as it is from the geo in front of the goal, but to come from behind so close, that's a hard stop to make. Great shot there.
Now looking for maybe a bounce shot off the ceiling. It takes a bad bounce off the geometry, so taken to infiltrate, but he'll dump it right back into that same tunnel. However, does squeeze on by, going into the other end, the deep end, and cannot find the end of the goal there. So we'll be right back to him. 13 points on the board for Calamity, 6 here for Toxic Units. One more kind of deep attempt off this stack. 5 seconds left to make it happen. It looks like it will not be the case, so as a result, it's a 13-6 victory for Calamity.
Good grab there by Troy VR to be aware of what was going on and to keep his composure as it came in with two Calamity players two Toxic Unit players there right around him. That could have definitely made a play on that, but I do want to go back to the possession time between these two teams because I was talking that Calamity had picked up a full minute in the first the first half of this game as I trip over my own words here. But now at the end of this round, Toxic Units pulling out ahead in possession, 319 to 306. That tells you Toxic Units in the second half of this game definitely pulling it together. Both teams taking 7 shots apiece. Assists not far off, 3 to Calamity. Excuse me. And yeah, just great play by Toxic Units in the second half of that game to bring it up. Yeah, well done by those guys. But yeah, as you said, Calamity is able to pull that one off in the first round here.
Yeah, we saw that same kind of thing at play. Actually, it was interesting yesterday in the match. It was Atlas Megacorp in North America versus I gotta look. I always tip of my tongue. Morse. That's why I forgot it, because I keep trying to call them Carbonite still. I did it like 2 or 3 times yesterday because I had just changed their name from Carbonite to Morse. So my brain is halfway in the process of trying to readjust for that late in the season. But it will be a joust here going out in the second round. And what I was just saying was in the first round, Atlas had actually lost that first round despite the fact that they were leading possession time and shots taken. It was interesting, but it kind of adjusted itself by the end of that second, and we kind of saw that play out. Because like you said, a lot of times you see, the teams with more possession time, with more shots taken, they'll be the ones pulling ahead in those games.
And that right there is just a testament to Moore's defensive ability.
Absolutely, but now trying to show some defensive ability. Lots of turnovers causing the bubbles, the immediate stack, so it's a good balance here. They're trying to find, the man-on-man defense around the bubble a lot of these times, but they're so quick to find their stacks right after a turnover gets caused, just like this. So once again, back and forth between the arena, end to end. I'm not going to pretend I understand the speed, but I will say that I love it.
Oh, what an angel move there by Lowrider as he was under pressure there as he got that clear out to mid. Now picked up again by Calamity, but great angel. Love seeing that move.
And some good resetting here. And yeah, the angel as a tutorial bot. Inform me that's what it was called here over in Europe, over in North America. I don't think it was really called much of anything. It was just, if nothing else, I'll just call it the Ender, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, we just, I think I always just called it a hot move. We never had a name for it. I never heard a name for it, so I like the name Angel. As, who was that? Troy VR coming in off the pass on the screen there to bring it in one-on-one, pulling the hook shot, putting it in over the top of the goalie there. Great shot by Troy to bring this up. First goal, minute and a half into this 2-0.
Calamity getting the first one here. Hello to the Twitch viewers in the Twitch chat. I see Lewis in there with a bit of squid. I see what you did. No, I don't. I don't really understand the squid emoji, but I'll take it just the same. I'll assume it's a good thing. Nothing else. It reminds me of one of my favorite teams ever in Squid, at least in terms of names, but the players just as well. Good dudes. Half of them now on Illuminati. But I digress because it's going to be a pass back here and launching forward with it. Bad internet dishing it back to the bow tie as Troy stuns as the man-on-man defense being heavily played here. A nice cross pass, and hey, bad internet. That was a great little dump off, and then the no-look fling. That was actually reminiscent of Team Gravity. Speaking of Lewis over there, And sorry, I forgot to hit the replay button because I was so distracted with that play. But yes,
That was some amazing control and passing there by Toxic Units. And I'm going to be honest, I did not expect that cut pass to actually make it into the goal, let alone score. And oh, what a beautiful shot there by Bad Internet.
yeah, that same kind of a style of play that I've seen from Lewis and Simon in particular. Torrin as well at times. So if over for boom on the backboard. SirDimwi, I was going to say for backlash. Well, there's the backlash move going off the backboard.
Yeah, low rider there doing a lot of the heavy lifting as that one comes in. He gets that beautiful steal as he came into that bubble. Tries to go for that backboard cone shot. Just dings off, but then I believe that was SirDimwi. Yeah, SirDimwi picked that one back up and put it in for the two. Great sequence there by Toxic Units.
Now recovering here is Ambient down low. He'll be contested heavily and lose a disc as a result. So Bad Internet checks behind him once, checks behind him twice, goes up top. Pretty nice. Now he has an elbow pass for the return, but it will just return to Infiltrate, who gets it down the tunnel. And maybe on the other end, there's a few players already lined up. That's going to be very, very close to the goal. Just sails past it, rebounded here in the bottom of that other elbow. Now going up top, and on a stunned goalie, they'll find themselves a tie up. So Denials assisted by Ambient on that one on the goalie stun.
Denials himself getting stunned out there right as he was taking that shot. And, you know, when you go for those stuns on those guys taking the shot, what you're kind of hoping for is that they're not able to complete the arc of their shot, and it goes a little wild. But no, Denial's able to connect with that one nonetheless, and good goal there. Good shot, low corner.
And low turnover after that joust. There was a headbutt off the disc. It ricocheted just about everywhere finally before recollecting that one. And I think that was Troy who made it. We'll see here on the replay, but 7-4 going for them. And hello to Single Shot also in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Just as well everyone else joining us. See those numbers going up as we get this Saturday started. Last day of VRML preseason until the preseason finals coming tomorrow. So good to see everyone here all ready for it.
Now, I don't know if this is an intentional change here, but ooh, what a shot there by Bad Internet as he picks up that wide pass off the wall, off the bounce off the wall, and comes in over that right shoulder there, drawing the goalie out, opening up the net for himself as he brought in. But what I was going to say is just looks like Toxic Units kind of veering away from that dump and chase mentality that we see in EU, as Calamity has been both teams really fast, but Calamity more accurate on their chains to get to the disc. So Toxic Units pulling up some control here in this game to try to come back, and they're doing a really good job of it so far.
You know what? I saw this yesterday and actually made that same comment in that match between Calamity and Smash Dash. I noted how both of those teams were opting for a lot more midfield play, man v man, causing turnovers. We can see it right here even. So contesting that heavily. Troy will just try and pass it to himself, perhaps off the wall, a little too strong. So turnover it'll go. But indeed, later into the season, I mean, we're seeing all this adaptation from these teams over in Europe. You know, even as a shot maybe attempt goes out here just a little bit off. In the first weeks, I mentioned how the double stack was only something I really saw from Backlash, and maybe Team Gravity done to great effect the first week or two. But since then, a lot of adaptation, and right there, it's Lowrider. Speaking of adaptable players, he went from sub to a full-time teammate here for Toxic Units, and that's another thing that's good to see as he scores the points and brings it to a 1-point lead for Toxic.
And that one does start with SirDimwi getting that steal down in the orange zone in Toxic Unit zone, able to dump it down, just kind of an excuse me, Toxic Units taking the opportunity that they were given, with SirDimwi making the clear, getting down there first, and able to put that one in. That was a great sequence there by Toxic.
And now Toxic Units may be looking to cause some more havoc here as it sails in. The overshoot, that will be a unfortunate turn of events because Calamity was quicker, but Lowrider feasting with that goal, and now a 3-point lead.
And not even a minute ago, I'm talking about how Calamity was, both teams at the speed, but Calamity had the more accuracy on getting to that disc, and we see just the reverse there happen, where Calamity overshoots it just a little bit. Toxic Units, Lowrider able to grab it out of the air and put that one in for that easy goal. Not so easy, but easy enough, and able to go up by 3 here with just under 3 left.
Infiltrate is going to work that into the front line here. Gonna be contested. That is a great pass. One side, but the other one a bit too tight. Passing lane played perfectly, so it will be a very quick boost into the goal, and it's gonna roll off the post. Ding, and that will not be the results they wanted, because that could have pushed them ahead by a much healthier margin here. Right now holding on just by the 3-point lead. Right back at him and taking it off the stack. Taco on Thursday, bad internet going to the pocket. And now trying to drop it through the tunnel. But just another turnover and right to infiltrate. But right back again to bad internet. So just as I say that, it is so back and forth. Looking for another collection and could not find it. So opportunities miss, but such quickness from these two teams.
Yeah, what a great slap shot there. I believe that was Taco on Thursday. He got the slap off towards the goal. And now, again, Taco on Thursday coming one-on-one against that goalie from the pass from Lowrider from the nest area. What a great a couple attempts there by Taco on Thursday. Finally able to put that one in for that 2 to bring them up now by 5 with just a minute and a half left. Calamity down.
Yeah, in position here are Toxic. They're looking to get on defense and just clamp down for 90 more seconds if they can, because then they can force that game 3, that round 3. That one will help them amazingly, because that's an important turnover. If they can score here especially, that just might do it for the round. They've already had themselves a 2-goal advantage if they go up by another one as they try to get it done, or even if they just play it out here and just drag out the clock and the defenders. That can be a victory just the same. And Taco on Thursday going for the lane, back to back on the passes across and crossing into the goal. SirDimwi taking that. So Toxic Units will indeed force the determinant round 3.
Now I gotta wonder if that pass with bad internet was intentionally off, because it looked like it bounced off the nest there, off that corner side, that angled wall, and it got into the hands of SirDimwi there on that left side shoulder. So I'm wondering if bad internet did that on purpose, or that was just a fortunate bounce to get it right into the hands of SirDimwi to bring that one in to kind of ice this game here. What a great sequence.
Wouldn't be surprised if it was on purpose. And yeah, fantastic sequence here as Denials gets denied by the punch and it gets cleared into the other side. Rocktor joining us in the chat, loving the game too, says what a game. And yeah, absolutely. And speaking of great games coming up, we have a 3:30 p.m. Central Time, I believe. That'll be in another 4 hours or so. We have Kangaroos and Joker. That'll be a much anticipated rematch. I remember that epic ending to that first Kango's Joker game earlier in the season. Kung saving that one goal at the end. But that said, it's a 14-7 win here for Toxic Units. So indeed, the round 3 it shall be.
And I do believe this is our last. There is another game scheduled for tomorrow, or excuse me, Sunday. Yeah, tomorrow Sunday, of course, between Calamity and Backlash. But that's going to be either after or during the championship series. I imagine that would be after for EU. So that one's not actually going to matter much. Basically an exhibition. So this Calamity Toxic Units challenge match may just be the last EU game we see before that championship series tomorrow.
Yeah, it could be the case here. And I know just maybe Calamity looking to bolster their MMR just a little bit more if they can pull out a win here. But obviously it will not be an easy task by any stretch because, well, as we can see the results of between the rounds, I mean, just about an inverse. Really, it's Calamity 13-6 in the first, 14-7 for Toxic in the next one.
I was looking at the team stats all the way down the board, fairly even possession within 1 second of each other, which I don't know if I've seen that yet. But after these two games, shots 17-15 in favor of Toxic Units, assists 7-6 in favor of Toxic Units, saves in favor of Calamity 6-4, stuns even 84-85. I mean, this is such an evenly matched game here. Really excited to see how it's going to turn out here in this game 3.
It is exciting, and yeah, it's kind of rare to see stuff like that where it's so identical, especially possession time, things like that. But, it does seem like really both teams, I mean, you can tell it's pretty equal because it's a lot of back and forth. The stacks approach there. They'll go on the bubble. There'll be some good defense played, another clear, and it's just back and forth all over the court. So not entirely surprising in the context of the eye test, as trying to find with their little eye is the disc. and now going to the other side, trying not to miss on that on that stack, and now looking for the shot, and that will be 3 points, which is quite a nice result based off of all that back and forth.
Great awareness there by Lowrider. Probably some good communication in their comms as he picks that one up. Was initially looking for the immediate shot. Instead, opts to take a little bit more time to get into a better position to put that one in for 3. What a great play there by Lowrider.
Now Troy will try and take that one. Over there is going to be in the pocket waiting for his teammates to position out a little bit. He has 2 back passes available, so easy going for him there. That's nice. Pass work from Calamity. They've been pretty good at that all season ever since their debut over in week 2 or 3, I believe it was. Denial's going in for a cross. Beautifully done. But Taco will get the grab. A great save there, but taking it right back is Ambient. So undoing the great defense with just a nice snatch in the mid of the air. And looking for one more pass, and without a care, he'll float it on in there. Infiltrate, assisted by Ambient.
What a nice shot there by Infiltrate. He takes that pass beautifully from Ambient as he's cutting in on the goal. He gets a little bit to the left side there, which draws he did draw the goalie out to attack him, who was coming in from his left. And so he kind of hooks it back around to the far side of the goal there. What a great shot.
Now looking for that passing play, but that immediate secondary stack will be saved out of there. Taco getting it done, and now the stack again, a little overshoot there for Infiltrate, enough room to get it, and now look at how quick they are, though, the recollection, getting back there in a moment's notice to cause another turnover and another clear.
Yeah, both teams playing really, really hard right now. Both of them wanting to get this win here, and it's really showing us. We've only got 2 goals so far. With still 7.5 left to go. So, yeah, this is going to be a good one.
Taco on Thursday, a little bit of a stray bounce. Still manages to find the hands of bad internet. Now the goal was exposed. He got himself a 2, so couldn't quite find a 3, and that could have been an opportune moment. But nonetheless, they'll still take the lead by 3 here with a few minutes past.
What an amazingly fortunate bounce as it comes in, hits that shield, hits the bottom rim of that shield and bounce back up. Not a high percentage bounce area, but he does go back into the hands of Toxic Units. We're able to put it in. Looked like that bounce even drew out the goalie. So fortunate here for Toxic Units. They say you got to be good to be lucky. You got to be lucky to be good. And pays off right there.
Oh, maybe no luck about that one, though. That was a nice pass. It was still cut off a bit, going for the brawls now. Denials have it stolen by SirDimwi. Grumpiest Broom in the chat asking what if he wants a taco on Tuesday. Oh, tough luck. Can't you read? I'm just kidding. But off it goes here, and now trying to read a lineup on that goal. And bad internet gets the 3, and now 8-2 lead here strongly.
What a shot there. Those are not the easiest shots to make, especially when the game is kind of on the line still, and so it's so easy to get into your own head. Calamity is coming back quickly to cover that lane. You have no time to make that shot. He does not hesitate, and he puts it in for that 3. What a great play there.
And yeah, great play, great stack here. SirDimwi looking to pile some more in. Oh, but the ding is going to be a tough miss. Still might get a rebound. Troy contested there. Great grab by Lowrider, and he will go Rider for the goal. And that's 10-2 now.
That Lowrider had so many players around him. 2 Calamity players kind of trailing behind and beside him as he comes in one-on-one on the goalie, and he's still able to put that one in. Great execution there by Lowrider. No under pressure, but looks like no pressure at all the way he put that one in. Great shot, great goal.
Good concentration for him as they find themselves in a situation where they're up by 8 points here. About halfway through this final round, 1 round apiece for these 2 teams. So whoever wins this one does win the series. Right now, obviously, Calamity sitting in that 4th seed and could bolster themselves well with this win. But either way, Toxic Units is trying to kind of play a little bit of spoiler, I suppose, off of their victory versus a Smash Dash yesterday. Calamity, that is. So trying to spoil them a bit here and doing a good work of it so far. I mean, here's another turnover. The clear not quite on through, but still a recovery. SirDimwi going to the side wall. Should be taken back easily here by Troy, though. 2 defenders in the back line. And so back it'll go to the other side. Now in a stride, infiltrate, looking for the take, but make no mistake, Taco will take it away, but right back into the play. Another grab and some more defense, maybe turning into offense here for Toxic Units if they play their cards right. They got the disc, they got the shots, but they had the time, but they could not find the spot. So Bad Internet will go back for the rebound, go back to Denials, and Denials denying that one as it floats back into the orange zone.
We're going to see a good race for this here as picked up now by Troy. But both of these teams playing so well in this game. And Toxic Units, oh, what a save there by Taco on Thursday. It's been magnificent in goal in this series. He's got 6 saves so far in this. And then now SirDimwi putting that one in for 3, getting that, collecting that dump very cleanly, unchallenged, no hesitation, puts that one in. And now they're up by 11 with only 3.5 minutes left to go here.
Yeah, some great effort here from Toxic Units. They're really causing a lot of problems. You can see the 4-man stack lining up here and then splitting off for the tunnel joust here. Still another turnover instead, though, so it's kind of, we saw that in a lot of the earlier match. It was Calamity, though, who was causing those turnovers off of Toxic Units' joust, but now just the complete opposite effect we're seeing, as right now Calamity struggling to find their foothold off of some of these rollouts, and just based on the good defense being played. Now going in the way, SirDimwi dodging through that pack area, and he'll pack a pass over to Lowrider. Lowrider has a shoulder, going for the bounce, lightly guarded, doesn't matter, and Taco, another goal. And that will be 15-2, a very strong lead forming here now in the late game.
Yeah, this game 3 looking like a completely different game than we saw in the first 2 rounds here with Toxic Units coming up 15-2 with just 2.5 left. They're starting to push up against that Mercy here. If they would need another 7 points to pull it off, but maybe.
A very tough task ahead of him right now, and it looks like, indeed, yesterday, I remember at the beginning of the game, as we go in here for a offensive opportunity, a very, very soft pass will be taken hard by Infiltrate, still playing hard on the defensive line. It's a nice save, but still right back anyway to Toxic Units. Taco on Thursday, looking good on this Saturday. Scoring in bunches, and now I have a hunch they might find one more, but no, it's going to be another ding, so back to the bottom it goes, but Bad Internet taking that, I suppose, and now he'll roll up, but it will not roll down into the goal. Lowrider going from the side, a side rider, a side winder, trying to be a shot finder, but cannot do it for his team, so that's going to be another stun and another clear, and right on out of here, at least for the meantime.
Just got to throw some props to Bad Internet there as he's pulling out those floor jukes with the defender on him, wasn't able to catch him, and got a pass out, of course. Now we see it turned around back down into their zone here, but beautiful, beautiful floor jukes there by Bad Internet.
The pass does get to Lowrider, but no momentum, will be stunned. On the other end, there's still 2 defenders in the midline stacking up there, you can see, so causing another turnover yet, looking for the immediate clear, the boost, and cannot make the catch, so that's, if there's anything that has been biting Toxic Units, not that I mean, they're in good position obviously here, but there's one thing that's been kind of at the detriment of them is they've had a lot of these overshoots as well as these just narrow misses at goals. So really, there's going to be the shot there with 40 seconds left, 17-2. But yeah, just at least the relentlessness allowing them to get back on the offensive end. And so with 30 seconds left, this will be a decisive victory here for Bad Internet, and I think I got away from the point earlier just because of the fast-paced play. But I know going into the match yesterday, Smash Dash versus Calamity, I'd asked the chat there. And going, for the shot, just a bit off, stunned. And there's the last one for Denials. But as I was saying, going into that match yesterday, people were noting that Smash Dash was probably favored to win there, but Calamity was fully capable of delivering an upset. And kind of the same thing today. I think Calamity, after yesterday's match especially, were probably the favored team, but in looking for the upset, it was Toxic Units. They pulled it off.
What a beautiful game here by Toxic Units. Just going to the team stats here. Possession still right about even. Only 9 seconds in favor of Toxic Units. But they did get 32 shots to 23 from Calamity. 10 assists to 7. 11 saves to 10. So even though they had more offensive opportunities, they still pull up with more saves. So I got to be honest, Taco on Thursday is playing goal here, as well as Bad Internet. Taco pulling 6, Bad Internet pulling 4. I mean, those saves are what make this series here for Toxic Units. What an
Oh yeah,
amazing defensive
taco
performance.
taco units, please, by all means.
Taco Units.
Continue.
But then just to go into kind of more of a meta view here, as we are going into the championship series now, starting tomorrow, this win here, especially with this point differential, could put Toxic Units up over Smash Dash in the rankings, as Toxic Units coming in 1200 rounded MMR to Smash Dash 1210. If this does put them over, as I was informed, Calamity will not be, who is in fourth. They, regardless of the loss here, excuse me, they still would have been in that fourth place position, but they decided to schedule that game against Smash Dash for after the championship series tomorrow, which may come back to bite Smash Dash if Toxic Units moves up in the fifth place position, which will be the fourth team in on that, as far as I'm aware. Now I could be dealing with working with incomplete data set here, but this could have a big impact on who makes it in to the final series. So yeah, Smash Dash might want to reconsider when they schedule that game against Calamity. If they're able to get it in today, they might want to do that, because they might have just gotten knocked out of the final series.
The game you said is against Smash Dash Calamity or Backlash?
Oh, is that Backlash? Oh, my mistake. You are absolutely correct. I was working with incorrect information. That is Backlash. I will double check just to make sure.
Yeah, it looks like it is Backlash.
It is Backlash. So all right, yeah. So no concern at all as far as not much Smash Dash can do if Toxic Units was able to knock them down. So we'll wait to see it once this report goes out. Once the teams get these points in, very curious to see who moves up into that fifth place position.
It will be interesting for sure, and we'll see how that one unfolds throughout the course of the day once these stats and these scores are confirmed. But nonetheless, an exciting game, and again, just the potential upset, you might call it, is really interesting to see, and it's not, if nothing else, good to see. I mean, maybe not for Calamity or not for Smash Dash, but just on the broad basis on the competitive scene, getting to see these matches be so contested here among some of these teams here at the top and at the mid-level. It's very tight races, not a lot of separation in terms of just win-losses and the MMR. So it's great to see from both regions there as we wind down this preseason. And on that note, we do have games later on. I mentioned seeing Rocktor in the chat and his team over on Respawn Joker. They will be playing the Kangarillas in what will be no doubt an anticipated matchup in just another couple hours. That'll be at 3:30 p.m. Central Time. That will be, again, about three hours from now, a little bit less. Or no, 2 hours, it looks like. Wait, my math.
A lot of really important games going
3
on
hours.
today in NA, as a lot of these teams are going to be fighting for that fourth place spot. You've got Illuminati, Kangarillas, Orbit, Ignite in 3, 4, 5, and 6 respectively all have games today, as well as Flare down there in 8th. They could maybe, I don't know if they could work themselves up all the way, but it depending on how the other games play out, still possible. So you could consider Synapse is probably in, Joker is probably in, but everybody else is really going to be Illuminati also probably in, but excuse me, so many teams still playing yet today and fighting out for those final few positions for that final series tomorrow. So very excited to see how all these games turn out and how it fleshes out as we go into that final day.
Oh, yeah, and like I said, it is a tight race, just right there at the top. A lot of teams trying to find those extra few points and trying to see if they could play out in their favor coming here late in the season. But even regardless of who gets in, who doesn't get in, you got to know that all these teams, as competitive as they are, as hard as they all play, they're always looking to just build those victories, build their highlight reels, if you will, and build some momentum going into the first season coming up here in early 2020. And it'll be exciting to watch. So I'm looking forward to casting these with you. Reality Check is going to be there as well, doing some work. He made his debut a couple days ago, and we'll be doing some more matches here over the weekend. So looking forward to that, and everyone at home, be sure to tune in. It's going to be some great games, great matches today, surely to say. But that will be it for this particular matchup, and for the next few hours anyways, until we see that Kangos and Jokers one coming up. So thank you everyone in Twitch for watching, for interacting, for reacting, and I've been Palidore, that's been SirDimwi, and we will be back in a little bit. So have a great afternoon, great evening, and we'll see you real soon.
Have a good night, EU.